Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Today we are here to pass the bill. It's called No Employee Left Behind Act. This is the new act that we are going to introduce. We have introduced, and I'm going to sign up today. And no employer should leave their employees, or they should not lay off their employees. We are going to pass what is known as no layoff policy for the United States. So make sure that all the employers, they have to keep their employees, and then we make sure that we back up the employers, and then we penalize them if at all if they lay off the employees. So when I said no layoff policy, yes, there is a no layoff policy. There are companies that they've adopted that no layoff policies for a long time. There are companies, as you can imagine, the companies like Dow Chemicals, for more than 65 years they never laid off a single employee. In one of the CEO, he said that when we feel the recession, we just slow down production. We don't lay off people off. That was his statement in 1980. And when I was keep researching on that particular topic, even the IBM, from 1986 through 1993, even though they cut down number of employees from 400,000 to 300,000, all they did was for that period, they went and gave the package for the senior people. If at all, if they wanted to retire early, they gave a package. So that's how they eliminated 100,000 people within that time period. And another company, it came up with what is known as enterprise rent-a-car. For 51 years, even though they have 75,000 employees, they never laid off single employee until 2008, when the recession hit so hard. They ended up even the executives were crying that time because they could not give up those employees, but ultimately they gave up 1,000 employees that time. And there are other companies, I cannot miss one company, it's called Southwest Airlines. In one of the employees, she was mentioning that, I have never in my 13-year life, I felt that my job is in jeopardy due to this economy, said Jill Croman, a flight attendant from Southwest Airlines. That is because Southwest is committed to avoid layoffs at any cost. That was their message. If you see their customer service, if you see their employment histories, they never had a layoff in their history. And going back to another company called Nucor, it's a electric utility company. For the past 66 years, they never had a layoff. Those are the histories of various companies on their undocumented or documented no layoff policies. They were following it right there. And I can say other companies like FedEx, Aflac, Toyota of America, Toyota of North America, and there is another insurance company, Erie Insurance. They all had that undocumented no layoff policies. They never laid off any employees so far, but they were trying to keep their employees as much as possible. And they have no plan of laying off going forward also. So with that, I was again doing the further research on what company that stand up in terms of the no layoff. It came to me that there is a company called Lincoln Electric. It's a Cleveland-based company, Lincoln Electric. They are the largest manufacturers of arc welding machines in the world. And they have only 3,000 employees. But when the company started by John and James Lincoln in 1895, all they had was 4 pillars as a policy. One of the pillars was they had a management advisory board made up of employee representatives. And they had a wage-based piece of work. And they had annual performance-based bonus and guaranteed employment. That was their one of the pillars, guaranteed employment. And for the past almost 65 years, more than 65 years, they never laid off single employee in their history. Because they will keep on trying to make sure that when they hire employees, to make sure that they are hired with the highest standard. And even though for the past 30 years so many manufacturing jobs has been moved to other countries, even then they were able to keep all their employees. And even after they had international crisis, when they ventured into the other countries to expand for expansion in 1990s, still they never laid off employees. You know, when they hit the recession in 2008, all they did was they cut down the hours from 40 hours to 30 hours, and then they were in hiring freeze. They didn't cut the employees, but they cut the jobs. If at all, if there is no jobs in particular department, or if there is any work, they were training the employees. Even what they did was, if at all, if there is a need for painting job within the office, they were hiring within the employee pool, and employees were painting in the CEO's office and scrubbing the bathrooms. Yes, they went from $15 per hour to $8 per hour jobs within the company itself. So that's how they were able to keep on retain all the employees. And another point I want to make is, that when all the CEOs, so many CEOs visited that particular company on regarding this no layoff policy, they were asking one question: what is your motive? What is your motive? If at all, if your motive is to make more money, forget about it. You cannot implement this particular rule in your company. Otherwise, you can implement it if you want to treat people as individuals, human beings, and copy everything we do. So there is a no layoff policy on so many companies. They want to treat the people, their employees, as human beings and develop further on. In conclusion, I just wanted to tell you one more thing. As our Vice President Joe Biden said in his last meeting, as we just passed freaking big healthcare bill, we cannot forget another unemployment, as we have double digit. We need to take care, otherwise people will take care in November. Thank you very much.